Okay, this video is going to show you how to configure a USB controller with the MAME emulator in EmulationStation. Most of the other emulators use RetroArch for a configuration file, and they would all work the same with your USB controller without any problem. But MAME doesn't use RetroArch. In this case, with RetroPie, it's using MAME for all Pi, and that's got its own configuration file. And this is different to the interface of EmulationStation, which you can configure here under configure input. That's just to control the EmulationStation. So what we're going to look at is the actual game itself. So whilst most of the others will be dealt with that single file for RetroArch, for MAME it's a little different. So if we go into the MAME emulator and choose a game to fire up, let's go for what have we got, Aero Fighters maybe. It doesn't matter which you go for, it can all be done through the same interface. Okay, so the main game's fired up, and all of this ROM set is compatible with MAME for Pi, which is 0.37B5, and you can find that easily enough on Usenet if you search for an NZB. Somebody just posted one about a year and a half ago, and it works really well with the Raspberry Pi. Now, to get the interface up to set the controller, you press Tab on the keyboard, so obviously you need a keyboard attached to Raspberry Pi, and then I get this sub-menu which says, do you want to change the controls just for this game or generally? Let's go for generally. And on the list, scrolling down here, one of the most important ones to configure is the UI cancel. And you can see here currently it's either escape or joystick 1 button 8 and 9, and that happens to be select and start on mine. So if I would select and start in a reboot out of MAME back to EmulationStation, and you can set these by pressing enter and wipe what you had before by hitting escape, and it goes back to none. And I'm going to hit enter again, and on the joypad I'm holding down select and tapping start, and you can see that it's gone 8 and 9, and I'm going to add to that by pressing enter and press escape, and now it says 8, 9 or escape, so it sort of remembered the different options. Scrolling down, you've got player 1 start. On that, obviously I'm going to map the start button, which is number 9, but I'll do it again now. If I press start, you can see number 9's appeared. Player 2 start, if you've got another controller, you can just do the same there. And it says there, obviously it's recognised the J2 button 9. Credits, that's mapped to the select button, so if I press enter there, just clear out what it had, press enter and select. That should be okay, number 8, so when I press select I'm getting credits. And then the rest are pretty self-explanatory. You've got player 1 up, down, left, right. And depending on the USB stick, you'll have more options, how many buttons you've got or how many axes you've got to use on it. I've pretty much only got up, down, left, right, 4 standard buttons and the 2 top ones. So I've mapped that where I can. So player 1 up, I'll just do that one as an example. Enter, get rid of what I had. Press enter, press up on the joystick, and it's sort of saved that correctly. Then I can just escape out of this, and if I press select now, getting credits, press start, and I can go into the game, and we should see that I'm able to control this with a £5 USB stick. It's pretty easy to use. I mean, obviously there's a lot of controllers out there, a lot of good USB ones, and you can also use your PS3 controller and your Xbox controller. Although I think the instructions for that would be a little different. This is pretty much just for the USBs, but in principle it's the same. You go into that menu, you press the right movement on the joystick, it'll log it, and then it'll work. Okay. So